everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you're a returning viewer. My name is Lisa and I am the owner and creator behind Hey Country Creations, a little shop where I sell crochet plushies and wearables. Today is going to be our first ever tutorial for beginners. It's going to be our free-handed Bobble pattern that I do as a $5 item. And you're going to also be learning how to do the chain 2 starting method and color changing. Items for this bee that you will need are 3 colors. You can make bees any color you want, but specifically I'm using a purple mystical Bernat, black Bernat, and then white Bernat. You will also need a 6.5mm hook. I like to make my bees like kind of ball shaped. So 6.5mm hook. Mine is the Lucia hook from Fire. It was limited edition. And yeah, you will also need scissors, a darning needle, and some polyfill. Hey! If you want to use safety eyes, feel free to, but I will be embroidering eyes in another tutorial on this bee. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so for this, you're going to want your main color that you're starting with. Leave a bit of a tail, okay? And then we're going to do a slip stitch. Or we're going to do a slip knot. So put it around your pointer finger like that and then cross it over like so. Make an X. And then slip that loop off your finger. Use your hook or your finger. Put it through that loop. Hook onto the back tail. Pull it through, but not all the way. You want to make a loop. And then pull on your hook and it will tighten it up. Now we are going to chain 2. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Okay? So that makes 2. 1, 2. So now we are going to start a single crochet row. This bee is all single crochets except for the wings. So we're going to want to go into the second chain from the hook. So that's 1 and 2. You can see the V's right there a little bit. You're going to want to go into that second one, but you're going to want to pick up that top loop and the one behind it. See, there's 2 right there. 1 and 2. And then you're going to want to yarn over, pull through those 2, just those 2. Then yarn over again and pull through both of the loops that are on your hook. We're going to do that for a total of 7 times. Insert into that same stitch, same chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Same one. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3. We need 4 more. Total is 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. And then a lot of people don't do this, but I like to pull on that. I like to pull on that end right here that's in the center, just to make sure that the hole is nice and closed. So that'll just pull your chain that you went into tighter, so there's no hole there when you go to stuff it. That's the first row. Congrats, you did the first row. Now we're going to be increasing around this whole circle. So you're going to want to do this first stitch right here. This vertical loop right here, ignore it. So you're going to take your hook and go through this first V. You see the V right there? You want to go through both of the loops of the V, like that. There's 1 right here, and then 2. So you want 3 loops on your hook right now. And then you're going to take your yarn and yarn over, Pull through those 2, just the V, yarn over, pull through 2, go into the same stitch. We're increasing, right? Because we want a total of 14 stitches. Into the same stitch and do that again. Congrats, you just increased. You made 1 stitch into 2. You're going to want to do that all the way around, so just go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That tail sometimes gets in your way. Just push it to the back. 12, 13, and 14. Yay, we got round 2 done. Now we are going to be single crocheting and increasing in this round for a total of 21 stitches, right? Because it's multiples of 7. I just realized that it's kind of a bad idea to use a purple hook with purple yarn for a tutorial. I apologize, you guys. Also, just before we get started on the 3rd row, if your work currently looks holy, use a smaller hook. You can go down to like a 6 or a 5.5 or a 5. You don't want to be able to see your fingers through it, right? Because if that happens, you will be able to see your polyfill through it. And nobody wants to see polyfill through their plushies, okay? Or yarn ends, if you guys use yarn ends so you don't throw away any scraps. Alright, we're going to get started on round 3. So we're going to start with a single crochet. Go into that first V, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over again, pull through 2. Okay? There's 1. Now the next one we're going to increase. So go into the next V, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Same stitch, go into again, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yay, you just increased again. We're going to alternate those 2, the single crochet and the increase, around. Okay, so that's 3. And if you guys need a stitch marker, make sure you're putting it in the last stitch of the previous row, right? Here, I'll put one in for you guys. Little ladybug stitch marker. Give me 1 second. Getting used to these nails. Alright, I should have put one in at the beginning so you guys could see it clearer. But we have 3 in this round. 1, 2, 3, because we just increased. So we're going to keep doing that around to your stitch marker. So 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Yay, you made it to round 3. That is our last increase row for this V. It's a total of 21 stitches around. So now we are going to do a round of single crochets by themselves. We'll still have 21 stitches, and this will be row 4. Go into every single V for 1 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, and 21. If you want, you can move your stitch marker up every time you finish a row to that last stitch of that row. Sorry, I keep bumping you guys. I personally do not move mine up just because I can tell that's the same column. Alright, so this last stitch, we're actually not going to finish. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that last loop out. Keep those 2. Keep those 2. Put them back on your hook. We need 2 loops. It'll be the last stitch in your row. We need 2 loops, right? So do not cut your yarn. I mean, you can if you want. I don't. I carry them. We're going to color change into our black, right? It can get a little tangled if you don't cut your yarn. So just a fair warning. But you want to put your yarn through your fingers like that, your pointer and middle finger. Through your pointer and middle finger, you want to make sure you have a tail. And then you want to hold it in between your thumb and your ring. And you're going to lay it across your hook like that. And then pinch those 2 ends together, right? Those 2 black ends. And then pull through those 2 loops, right? Like you're yarning over. Now I put my work down, turn it over to where we're on the back side. You know it's the back side because we got the inside tail, right? And it's kind of like a cup already. So we're going to take the short black end. We're going to take the short black end and tie it to this purple one. You want the short black end being tied to the long purple one, right? Or short if you cut your purple. Just whatever one that you just got done working with. Okay, you want to double knot it. If I can do it. These nails are a little hard still. Double knot. Make sure you pull it tight. Okay. So now it's firmly attached. Now we are going to do 1 row of black. It'll be one of the stripes, right? So just like we did the purple one just now, we're going to go around and single crochet in all of the V's with the black. Alright, so I will come back when I get to the row because I'm here. Alright, I am back. We are at the end of that row. We still have to do 1 more stitch, right? But we're going to color change back to purple. Or whatever your main color is. We're going to go into that V, right? Into the V. Yarn over with your black. Pull through that V. Do not yarn over again with the black. So, you're going to pick up that main color. If you left it attached, just pick it up. If you cut it, you'll want to do the same steps as the black one and tie it on. We're going to yarn over with your main color and pull it through those 2 black loops still on the hook, okay? And that is a color change. That's your second color change. So now, for this one, we are going to do 9 single crochets in the purple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're not going to finish that 9th, okay? Because this is where we're going to make our wings, right? And for this pattern, I do bobble wings. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I had to be mom for a second. I got my white. Okay, I'm holding it like I was holding the black when we joined the black on. Same steps, okay? Lay it across, pinch, pull it through those two, lay it down, take the little white end right here, and tie it to your purple, your working purple, okay? And you guys aren't going to see these ends because they're going to be inside of the bee, right? Double knot. Always double knot, you guys. Always. If not more. Don't single knot, double knot, or more, okay? Now you guys are going to learn how to do a bobble. We're covering single crochets, increase, bobble, and decrease. So for the bobble, we are going to yarn over, go into the next V. Then we're going to yarn over again and pull through just the V. So we have 3 loops on our hook right here. And then we're going to yarn over, pull through only 2. Just 2, okay? And then yarn over. We're going to do that for a total of 5 times. So we'll have 6 loops on our hook. You guys can do as many, like make your bobble as big as you want. I just do 5 of these half ones. So that's 4 loops. We need 2 more loops. I know white is kind of hard to see. That's 5. Yarn over through the same stitch, you guys. All of these are going through the same stitch. Pull through 2. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on our hook, right? We're going to yarn over with the purple. I almost did it with the white. We're going to yarn over with the purple, guys. So we're color changing inside of this bobble. Okay? You want to have all 6 white loops. You want all 6 white loops on your hook. We're going to take our main body color, yarn over, pull through all 6, okay? And pull that purple tight because it'll help make that bobble pop. And now you're going to go to the next stitch. I like to pull my bobble over a little bit. It helps open up that next stitch. So the next V we're going to go into and yarn over, pull through. Do not complete that stitch. We're going to go back and make another wing. So we got 2 purple loops on our hook right now. Okay. We are going to go back to our white. See why I said keep everything attached? Don't cut it. Yarn over, pull through those 2. But we have the white loop on our hook. We're going to make another bobble wing. So we're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch. Yarn over again, pull through the V. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over into the same stitch. All these go into the same stitch. You want to make sure you're putting as many loops on your hook as you did for the first one, okay? So we got 5 loops. We need 1 more. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now you're going to want to cut or break. You don't have to use scissors if you don't want to. Some people think it's like crazy to not use scissors. I just mainly break my yarn with my hands most of the time. Okay. Leave that there. Don't pull it through. Get rid of your white. You don't need it anymore. Now, you're going to want your purple yarn again, okay? Or your main body color, whatever it is. Yarn over, pull through all 6. Now, we have to tie this white one off, so turn it over in that right here where they're connected. We're going to tie the white and the purple. Double knot or more. Double knot or more. No single knots. No leaving it free to wiggle around. That is a safety hazard, guys. Safety hazard. Make sure you're tying your stuff. Okay? You want really good quality for what people are paying. Okay? or else you will not make your customers happy. So we're going to single crochet all the way around until the last stitch. So I will be right back. Color changing back to black, right? So go into that V, yarn over, pull through, do not finish it. Put that to the side, grab your black yarn, right? Yarn over, complete that stitch. Now we are going to single crochet all the way around again until the last stitch. So I will be right back. To finish with our black and then continue our V with our main color. So go into that purple V, yarn over, pull through your black, do not finish. You want to cut or break your yarn. I like to break it. It's just easier, especially if you forget your scissors or lose them or your kids steal them. Okay, your little bee's face, cute. I'm going to show you guys how to do safety eyes. I'm not going to click mine in because I want to embroider the eyes on this one. But I like to do mine in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, in between rows 3 and 4. You can put them wherever you think is cute. It's mainly what I do. Whatever you think looks even. So that's what I did. I put them right there. They're not connected to anything yet. They're just stuck in the holes, right? Just stuck in the holes, okay? And then your safety eyes, they come with these little plastic washers. They look like little cups. Look like little cups, right? These are the backs. You need to use these. You absolutely need to use these. You can put glue back here as well. You can glue it down with like hot glue, safety glue, E6000, just to make it a little more secure if you would like. Do not just rely on glue for your safety eyes. Use the backs. Okay. We need to continue around. We're going to do one row of purple single crochets. So just continue single crocheting like I've been showing you. And I will be back when I get to the end of the row. Alright, I am at the end of the row. We're going to start our first decrease row, right? Because we increase, now we want to decrease to make the butthole a little bit smaller, right? So for the first row of decreases, we are going to do a single crochet and a decrease. I don't decrease like most people. I technically do a single crochet 2 together for my decrease. A lot of people do invisible decreases. I'll just show you how I do it. It's just like doing a single crochet. You don't yarn over beforehand. You go into the next V, yarn over, pull through, do not finish that, and then go into the next V, yarn over, pull through, do not finish that. And then you're going to yarn over, pull through all 3, right? So we did a single crochet and a decrease. We're going to do that all the way around until we have 14 stitches. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Hi.
13,
I did it. They're mine.
14. We're at the end of that row, right? So now we're going to go to our second decrease row.
Whoa.
We're going to go to our second decrease row. And this is actually going to be our last row, you guys. All right, this is going to be our last row for the bee. This is going to be the last decrease round of this bee. So we're going to decrease all the way around until we have 7 stitches. So I am going to decrease all the way around. I just did 1. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? And then you can either just yarn over and pull through and then break your yarn, or you can go into the next stitch and slip stitch, which is you just go in, yarn over, pull through the V, and then pull through that other stitch, and you'll just have the 1 loop, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through, make a chain, pull it tight, you don't want it to come apart, and then you're going to leave yourself a pretty good tail. It doesn't need to be too long, just enough to close the bee's butt, so probably like that much or so. And you want to be able to weave it in a little bit too after you close the bee's butt. Right? Break your yarn. Get rid of that main color. You don't need it anymore. Now we are going to pull that end all the way through. Okay? Pull it tight. Make sure it's tight. Now, get rid of your stitch marker. You don't need it anymore. Some of you might not have needed it in the first place. But we got our little bee body. That's our bee body. Now we're going to take our polyfill, right? Polyester fiber fill. You can also put yarn ends into your stuffing if you don't want to waste. I like to stuff mine firmly. I don't want my plushies to break down super fast. You're just going to put it back there and stuff it in with your finger. Right into that butthole. I like to wrap the tail around my finger to make it a little more sturdy while I stuff it. Right? You can either stop here or you can put more in. I'm probably going to put a little bit more in. And you can like squish your bee with your hand to make it more round or whatever you want it to look like. Here it is stuffed. So now we're going to take our darning needle, right? Tapestry needle, whatever you want to call it. Needs to have a big eye on it, right? These ones you can get on Amazon it's in a multi-pack. There are a bunch of different colorful ones. We're going to thread that needle with your yarn. And now you guys see this butthole? We're going to close it. So I like to go through both loops, just to make it a little more sturdy. Most people, most patterns just say go through either the front or the back. I like to go through both just to make it a little more sturdy. We're going to do that all the way around. Pull it through all of those loops. You can put extra if you would like. And then you're going to pull that sucker tight, right? Careful, don't pull it too hard at once because you will snap your yarn. If you're using like a plush or a blanket yarn, chenille snaps very easily. Acrylic, you won't have to worry about it snapping unless a very loosely spun acrylic. And then I just went through a random loop, right? And I'm going to tie it. Okay, let me redo that so you guys can see.
No.
I was just doing it out of habit. You got your end, right? You closed your butthole. It's nice and closed. You closed your bee's butt. All right, we're going to tie a knot. go into a random hole, poke it through. You don't want like a bunch of stitches in between where you put your needle through and where it comes out at right now. You just want it to be like the next one over, okay? So you don't want to pull it all the way through like we just were. You want to keep a loop, and you don't want to go through this side of it, right? Don't go through the same side that your yarn came out. Okay, you see it's like right across from it. You want to wrap it around that loop that you have, go through the other side, and then pull it through, pull it tight. That's a knot. And now you can weave in your end. So you just stick it in and pull it through anywhere. You want to make sure that you do it a couple times, pulling it pretty taut. You don't want to pull it too tight to where your bee gets all lumpy. I just did it 3 times and it's secure. It's not going anywhere. And then this is where you get scissors. You just snip that off and wha-bam, you have a bee. Okay? Thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped everybody. And if you have any other suggestions for tutorials or anything of the sorts, just let a girl know down in the comments. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you can be notified when I post new content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!